Right there guys, this is Cobb and these are some duels I did lately with Bowacha. He is a Balance Druid with only a couple of hundred subscribers here on YouTube, and you can check out his point of view of these duels over on his channel, which you can find linked below in the description. But I made a duel montage against Thyras a while back, so I thought that this time I'm going to cover these duels with some commentary instead and explain what I did wrong and the things I did right, and hopefully it's going to help some people out, so let's just hop right into it. So I do get the gateway off here as we are in a wargame setting, but I don't think I even get great use out of it. I spend a lot of the game chasing him while I'm not using line of sight to survive. I spread rain of fires all over the place and make my pet stand far away from me in case we both end up stuck in his solar beam. He opens on me, roots me in place and gets his dots rolling, and I'm going to blanket spell lock and go for a fear, and even if I don't get it, I'm at least going to force his Displacer Beast. I also sacrifice my pet after he used the spell lock. It's really important to sack your pet early so that the druid won't put dots on him for extra procs. Maintaining embers is also a huge deal when facing a balanced druid. I'm keeping rain of fires down on his treants as much as I can. Fortunately for me here, Bowacha messes up his vortex beam combo, so I'm able to Shadow Fury and fear, and he preemptively pops Barkskin, so I decide not to throw any Chaos Pulse into him here. I take the pillar and pop some heals. He does push in after me and I see a chance to land a Howl of Terror, and his Barkskin is down, but I see that he has Nature's Swiftness popped, so I blanket spell lock him out of the fear and land a meaty Chaos Bolt. However, I'm not really going to take a kill here as Shadow Fury is down. So after that damage I switch right back to survival mode, and that is a massive part of Warlock versus Moonkin. A balanced druid has a decent amount of instant, consistent damage, whereas the Destrolux damage is all condensed into periods of high burst, and unless you can land a fear into a Shadow Fury to set it up, the only way you're really going to be landing it is if they DC. So whenever my fears are on DR, I'm usually just going to be pillar humping. Out of the Cyclone, I see his Displacer Beast is on cooldown, so I land a fear, I Havoc his Treant, then throw some damage into him, and right here, I could have won this duel, but I screwed up and I used my Shadow Fury earlier, so I don't get the best into him here like a Mongo, while his Barkskin is still on cooldown. So skipping forwards a few minutes, I'm really wanting to land some good damage here. Bowacha has no trinket and his Barkskin is on cooldown. However, when I do land the fear, he NS Cyclones me. He's still not 100% though when I land the second fear, so I decide to try and damage into his Barkskin anyways, and I do manage to get him reasonably low. However, now that he has lived and my CC is on DR, I need to get to the pillar and focus on existing all over again. So this is around 2 minutes later and I'm on the run once again. I use my gateway and he displays the beasts after me, smelling blood, and when I see his solar beam has just come off of cooldown, so I'm pretty concerned about that. We both stun each other here, so I trinket to land the fear and I get off some basic damage, but I'm really just waiting to see when his solar beam might come out. By hopping in and out of his line of sight, I managed to get rooted while behind the pillar. Then I see Vortex, so as soon as he comes into my line of sight, I pop Unending Resolve to immune the solar beam, and honestly, I was lucky to have such an easy time doing this here. If I hadn't been able to immune this beam, I was almost certainly dead right there, but because I did, I go on the offensive while he's in the open with no Barkskin, and I managed to take a pretty unusual kill. Now in this duel I play a lot more aggressively. He gets the pounce on me again and gets his dots rolling, and at the moment my Shadow Fury missed here. I was just about able to resist the urge to headbutt the wall beside me. I blanket Bowacha into a fear, and as soon as he trinkets this, I know that he wants to beam, so I immune it with Unending Resolve. This time around I go ahead and lob all of my damage on him despite his Barkskin, and it's probably not the best thing to do, but hey, I give way after him here and he's going to drop down in line of sight me, though he does summon 2 Treants, so I Havoc one and build a billion embers by hitting the other, and I should have Shadow Bend the tree here too. No idea at all why I didn't do that, but either way I am going to get another fear on him here and land another good amount of burst damage. However, he's going to get to Displace the Beast away and survive here too. After line of sighting a little bit here myself, I know that he has Solar Beam ready again, so I drop a portal. Before pushing in here, I consider going for some damage, but I get the sense that it's not going to work out too grand for me, so once the fear ends, I hit my portal and manage to disjoint his Solar Beam. Not completely dodge, but it's still really good for me because he pushed in for that, so I get to PvE a little bit, and man, he hits his Barkskin. So now I'm just pushing in like a psycho. He has no skin, and I can fear him full really soon. I managed to land it as he's on global, so he can't Displacer away, and I get off some pretty solid damage here, but I know that he has Displacer out of this. I'm more just looking to force a defensive cooldown or two. and he does go ahead and use Might of Airsock. Continuing to play like a YOLO, I portal to close the gap and land a Howl of Terror on him, but he is too quick with the Displacer, so for now I'm forced to hit his Treant a little just to keep the imps coming in. Skipping forwards just a tad, I try and go ham again, landing a Fear after a Shadow Fury, and my Havoc is paired up and Dark Soul to get the most out of this and deal some nice damage. However, I am also dropping painfully low here, and once again Solar Beam is ready, so when I next pop into his line of sight, I juke a Fear, then hit my portal and manage to dodge the beam again, and now neither of us can go offensive for a while. So quickly fast forwarding to the point at which I pop my heals. One thing I could work on in an arena setting is having my demonic circle set up behind the pillars, and maybe that way, if the druid goes behind the pillar, I could try and land a portal into Howl of Terror combo, but in this case, I keep on using my Shadow Fury to get my fears off, which isn't really ideal in a location with so much line of sight. But continuing with my YOLO playstyle, I gateway to stay in range of Bowacha, silencing him so that he can't heal so much, and I can see though that he is going to escape again, so I stop to immolate his Treant. Once again, I'm just staring like a madman at his Soul Beam cooldown. I do stun him here on his Nature Swiftness and get the Fear, and I decide that I'm just going to go all in. I use Unending Resolve so that he can't use the Solar Beam defensively. I lob out as much damage as I possibly can, but can't quite find the last Ember that I need to Shadow Burn, and he is going to live. And now from this moment on, I know that I am in some deep shit. He has Solar Beam and I have no Unending Resolve, so if I can't portal this next beam, I'm pretty much toast. It happens, and I pay the grisly price with my face. So in one duel I played really conservatively, and in this one I just went ham, and I definitely think that it is at least safer to play it patiently. Play around your Shadow Fury stun, you're definitely going to need it in an arena full of pillars, but it is possible to play ultra aggressive too, like in that last clip, though it is harder and you will really want to be dodging and avoiding as many Vortex Beam combos as possible, as it only really takes one to catch you while you are low for the duel to go the Moonkin's way. Anyways guys, that is about it for this commentary video. I'm pretty sure that you can find Bowacha's point of view of some of these duels over on his channel, and I will definitely be linking that in the description. As always, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you liked the video. Stay desperate everyone, and have an awesome day.